Ogila lia nyo imar.
Expanding Social Protection Program is a government of Uganda program which is managed by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, and it is geared towards providing for the needs of the poor and vulnerable groups, especially addressing their vulnerability. The international community and the other countries have recognized social protection as a right for these vulnerable groups, especially all senior citizens and persons with disability, providing direct income support for them, for instance, so that they can be able to cope with the day-to-day costs of living is realized as a right for them, and many countries have come into that. This, in a way, promotes, increases the dignity, promotes the dignity, especially of the senior citizens, so that they are not left to be dehumanized by the current environment which they live in and the challenges and risks which they face. So we see social protection, especially direct income support, coming in to assist these vulnerable groups. And by governments taking on that support, they are really coming in to indicate their commitment to assisting and caring for the population, these vulnerable populations.
The social assistance grant for elderly persons started in September 2011 in Kaberamaido district, starting with Kaberamaido sub-county and Bululu sub-county in Kaberamaido district. Right now, the program has expanded to take up 5 more sub-counties.
Our people somehow, to a limited extent, their lives have improved a bit. Their lives have improved. Why? If someone is able to now feed, he's telling you that I now take sugar, I now buy my own medicine without asking my son. May I see that's an achievement, success to me.
Jamego udo toko kwalo gwena ngo de diango do setena uni konya nukede no endi anga kot kede ikanisa akadi ko da tidi diamana nga wile. Na me au yang udo beron
ango setena udo bero mere etie konya kedi due woda tie tuo kamwe mako tuo mekikwi ngareto ama anga konyo kedi kwae awule gisabuni meluo kigweni kede munyo kede aporogo kelo bita misikongi kede imata da tie nyeka anga makonyo jogo idia kaldire de senteni ena metie konya ngo omianga tie udo teko. Ikarame podi audo kide sente gi obedo ute kide chene mono senta mo duongo to kochi e udo seta tididi aramo wilo dek aramo timunyo aso na dido sente gi okobino akone na bala kama atiko gamu sente go mia uda loka moro dango li atio kide gi kopapa do koli amato gi kongo da bala na inen wango gira li amato kongo siringi tutumia deka man amanga kwanyo
akawile dek do magudede anga weka me darinyo dari dwegi akawuro kila loka kapo do ko sete go tiek aduongo do ko chiane komo eni ni nene nuno teko merali
nan berangane do bero tie kame seling tuti me awta reni tie saw iot do di dek moroli sede no ko wuok dek ko wuok ye udo ber lono anena bala ber tutwal lo lia tika do mano di tie dadi yo mito medo gimor ye una di nenen anena bala e ber do kene peko tota mi akoka manajbe koto medu agimoro.
We need to create awareness about the plight of these senior citizens, what are the challenges they are facing, and the need for government to come in and support them. And we realize that supporting these senior citizens is within the legal framework and the policy framework of this country. For instance, the Constitution already commits itself to supporting the aged people in this country by guaranteeing them some minimum standard of living. We also realize that the National Development Plan has committed itself to scaling up social protection and expanding social protection services to such vulnerable groups. And this is seen as one way of contributes to achieving the social economic transformation which we aspire to as a country.
In Chiboga, this program started in May 2011, and we've had several trainings from the district leadership, the sub-county leadership, and the community leaders. And these trainings led us through the selection of the beneficiaries in the two sub-counties where we started. We started in Chiviga sub-county and Rwamata sub-county. And we started payment, the actual payment of the money to the vulnerable persons identified in September 2011.
Esente zino zinyambye bulungi kubanga bwe natandika okuzifuna kale omulundi gwe nazifuna nafunako ebyetaago sabbuuni n'ebyetaago nga bwe nali nga sibirina bulungi ezaddako n'enkuŋŋaanya n'eŋŋenda e Mulago e Kampala yali emitwalo 600 kale waliyo abaana bange ne bandabirirako ne bajjanjaba amaaso n'enkomawo nga 18 Desemba.
Zino sente ze zinyamba okulaba nti abaana bange basoma era kati mbalese ku ssomero ngula ebitabo nensobola bayiiza emmere gye balya okubalabirira nga balwadde ababiri bali ku ddagala nange kennyini ndi ku ddagala.
Omuzzukulu wange ono ge maaso gange yandabira siraba naawe wootudde kati sikulaba. Omanyi bulijjo bw'opulaninga nga tolina kyosuubira obeera mbweraliikirivu naye kati bwe mpulaninga nga ninayo akantu ako ŋŋuma n'endwadde ezibadde ziyeyongera okujja ŋŋamatya ninayo akajja nja kukakozesa kwegamba muli kampa oba nakigamba ntya kubanga oba okuwummula oba okukola kutya nti muli mpummudde kubanga waliyo akantu ate kati ssebo nyabo nga bw'otulaba nsonyiwe n'omuntu omupakasi okumuteekako nti nnimira wano alima amanyi nti wali ojja kufunako kaki ate nange nguma nti munne nnimira wano wa mitwalo 2 nti limawo nja kufuna ssente kimpa okuwummula omutima gwange buteeraliikira nti nja kunoonya nnoonye.
When we traverse around around, we are no longer being demanded of such a petty things. Like mwana wange mpayo kasukari, mwana wange soap. No, that one is no longer a concern, a matter. They are now asking for big things. When are you constructing for us this road? Our education system needs to be improved. So you find that the change of attitude has come into play.
People are now being engaged. They're now coming back. Actually, we are kind of revitalizing what a community should look like. And because of other activities which are coming out, for example, both on the political and the economic part of it, you realize there is a very, very big change, which realizes that there is a kind of an inflow of how people, their attitudes towards government services are now looking for.
We have seen some of the senior citizens being able to invest some of these resources into their gardens, and some are starting some poultry, 2, 3, 4 chicken every month being added, and that's investment. So we see them, we see this resource liberating these people who originally could not think of any investment, but now they are able to come out and start doing some small investment, which you see that over time these people may gain some financial independence.
In Chenja district, it began in May, and we've been operating now around 5 sub-counties. But those first sub-counties, that is Bufunza and Nyankwanzi, we have senior citizen for Bufunja. Senior citizen, those ones of 65 years and above. And in Nyankwanzi, we are supporting the vulnerable households.
Na abana bakuba basoma nabo ninyiha mu bitabu kalamu uniform nabo ate nike kintu kituyambi akuko abana okujya nyende bitabu mukaga nyende bitabu 2 nyende bitabu 3 kalamu nginagiri hati yaho bokuba sente zitaro to nicho kweyambisa.
Naguzire kibanja cyakota nakigure mu bitwaro 30 nashashuraho emitwaro 12 zindi tinkaziheri hati niruka hati naguzire cyana cyempunu cyemitwaro 4 hati naza kushashura heneji nabwo kibikwaho
ngwene sete zihimwa zituhera zikatubuyambiko ubu no murundi rwa mukaga nyonda zikwata ikizatwera ubuyambi nyonka tekwa kurwara n'ikifuba ezimwe zintwaraga mu irwariro izindi ndahingisa nko tusiri nyoti mpingaga twinjisa nkabo mu rweye twinjisaga aho tusiri ezindi twabona kavumu mu cyaro turakagura wabona karunjo kagura izo zituyambire kugira ngo tuzituyambire ubuyambi tubwine.
Hati tata wabana obuyafire na mbere twali nkabanta kusobora inyenga na rugayo nagarukana kwije nisanga mugenzi wanga ayombekere njane ekabeno eri mukisaka nindi mira nitahamu nikaramu n'abana ati ndagomba guti ubwakwija nkubona wakajya nkamusiba nkafuna 50 anifana icyo kugura funa icyo kurya n'ukwenti kwicho batuhandi kisize betaga amakamanaku nanyo ndi bampandiiko njakola ibara lyange nelitooka ati nimpuura nyine businge tinyina kizibu kyona kyamaani muno.
Esente z'omwampire nkazigura empunu ezire byanyu nizo zimu niziguna hanu zinjagatire nk'oku njagatire. Eyo nashangirwe naki mumaani gange go Mukama yampire tindiyoreka ekintu empunu nyendi mulisa w'empunu nizo sente z'omwampire zanyamba maani go gutemesa ebigoyi zo gutema amabingo.
The dynamics or the settings at village level have begun to change. People are trying to move from the perceptions they had about such people they had considered as maybe unproductive in society since they are not working or vulnerable, to depend on those who they feel are working. But now we are seeing these people getting empowered also. Their views are getting to be considered in that they can also be heard from when it comes to village meetings, when it comes to decision making. They are also in position, they are able to speak for their own, and they are also able to determine their own destiny in that they have the grant in their hands and it's them to plan for what they want or what they see is their need. Other than someone planning for them, they are now able to determine their own destiny.
Really, we all need to be concerned for the rights of these poor and vulnerable groups, especially the senior citizens. They need our support. They need the support of the legislators. They need the support of the policymakers to see that social protection is put up front as a policy objective for this nation so that we can transform and achieve social transformation for our country. Because without carrying these people along with us, we can't have full and meaningful development for our nation.